So I've been sitting here doing some reflecting, right? And there's some things I want to talk about. Um, this may be long, you know what I'm saying, but there's a point to it. So I've been having this discussion on my Facebook page for like the past day or two, maybe longer. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And once I got past the NPCs, the CIA plants, and the people there that caused discord, we actually started to get some sort of breakthrough in the comments. My interaction in comments is to never argue, is to make a point, and sometimes you have to break through barriers, especially when it comes to men that have experienced trauma and even women that have experienced trauma. Whatever the topic may be, whoever you're engaging with, sometimes you have to break through barriers before they get the point. So it's not always an argument per se, it's trying to lay that foundation and break that barrier so that whoever is meant to get it will get it, right? And I have some black men in the comments that are really showing emotion. And to be honest, black men and black women both have been hurt. We've hurt each other. And I remember watching this sermon by Pastor Darby, right? I'll link it when I find it. I can't remember off top exactly what it was. But he talked about when we had the black communities, and we had our own funding and family structures, husband, wife, children. There was literal order, right? And then segregation happened, and we were moved into the projects. But the condition to stay there was that a man couldn't be in the home. So now the woman has to put the man out just to survive. On top of that, you've got the trauma from slavery, watching black men beaten, humiliated, and even violated in front of their women, and then vice versa. So that does something to the mind, right? So you got a man that cannot be in his own home, and he's trying to figure it out elsewhere. And sadly, sometimes that turns it into him creating another family. And I'm not excusing it. What I'm doing is breaking it down so you can understand why the system set it up to where it could break us. So then when he tries to come back home, that family dynamic where he was originally living is broken. The woman had to survive on her own. So now here comes the independent mindset mixed with hurt and distrust. Then it becomes a cycle, because if you have a woman that dealt with the man who disrespected her, right, that grows with, I have my notes, that grows with resentment, and the cycle continues, and it's a generational thing, generation after generation. So this is literally what we're seeing today. I don't understand why we keep pointing fingers. You know what I'm saying? It's just me to you, you to me, you know what I'm saying? And nothing's being resolved. We have all been affected, and we've all been broken in some way. So at some point, we all have to acknowledge that and choose to heal. Because the word already gave us structure. 1 Corinthians 11:3. The head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is Yahuwah. There is an order. The man is the head. He leads, he covers, he is submitted to Yahuwah. The woman is submitted to the man and Yahuwah, then the children. But when that order is broken, everything becomes dysfunctional. Women start putting children before the husband, or putting the husband before Yahuwah, and vice versa, or even removing the man altogether. And when the man is not in his rightful place, either because he's absent or because he's not submitted himself. So there's no covering, no structure, no stability, and that's where the breakdown happens. So when the husband is truly in his role, he's submitted, disciplined, leading with wisdom, and it brings order back into the home. And when the woman is in her role, it brings balance, and the children benefit from both. And that's how healing starts, not by blaming, but by returning to order. When it comes to the order of the household, the man is the authority. He's the head, he leads. A woman is a woman. We are emotional by nature. We need love. That's how we build. A man needs respect. This is scripture. That's how he receives love. So for a man and woman to work, there has to be balance. The woman gives respect, honoring him, listening, not demeaning or speaking to him any kind of way. The man gives love by leading, covering, and being mindful of how he speaks and treats her. That's where the breakdown is happening. Now, let's go back to what I was saying about the household being out of order. When the structure is broken, you end up with cycles. A woman raises a son out of her hurt, and now that son grows up with issues towards women, and you got your daughters witnessing this, so they grow up with their issues towards men. So now every interaction becomes an argument instead of a conversation. But according to the word, the man is the head. So how he carries himself should control the tone of the situation. Like, you ever seen a woman come in with an attitude talking crazy? I know I've done it. I'm guilty. When I was before I, fully submit. And the male didn't yell. He didn't get out of character or say anything rude, like disrespect. He didn't even have to touch her. He just spoke. I see my brothers do it all the time. Just spoke clear, calm, and firm. Check the whole situation. That's leadership, and that's what's missing. There is absolutely 100% no reason for men, especially married men, to be going back and forth with women in the comment section. You can literally see the difference. Some men come off hostile and it escalates everything, and there's no resolve ever. And as a woman, I'm gonna be honest, if a man comes at me crazy, I'm gonna talk to him crazy. I'm going to match that. And no, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? I take full accountability for that. And that is something that I have to work on when it comes to strange men that I don't know. I'm talking about some random person out of nowhere just coming talking to me crazy. But at the end of the day, that's the reality for a lot of women. If a man comes at me respectfully, articulates himself well, he's calm, not calling me names or out of my name, he's going to get the same respect back, because that shows confidence. That shows discipline. That shows that he knows who he is as a man. And more importantly, it shows that he's submitted to the Father and that he understands how to treat women righteously. That's the difference.